You're now listening to The Alternative Idiots, where facts don't matter.
You know what? Spider-Man 3 was actually the best Spider-Man.
What?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Alternative Idiots. Welcome back. It's me, your boy. And I'm being joined by Fidel. What up, Fidel?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Bro, you don't gotta thank me for that. You're like, I'm in your house.
Yeah, but I'm on your podcast, so...
Inception.
Yeah, it's inside of an inside of an inside.
Yeah, there you go.
That's kind of like, what was that movie, Centipede?
The Human Centipede.
Yeah, that was gross.
Doesn't it have like 3 movies?
It does?
Yo, you
Wow.
know what I love about that movie? The first one was awful. It was like a snuff film. It was the worst shit ever. But people still supported it. And they made a sequel, which was also awful.
I mean, that's what Sharknado was, too.
Sharknado's like, it's popping now.
I mean, it was popping in...
for number 5.
It was popping in the way where it's like, oh, I could have a drinking game. I'm going to get fucked up with all my friends.
Yes.
But it was really, when you think cinematically, that's a horrible movie.
Yes, it is.
I mean, come on. A shark is coming in a tornado and is going to come kill you, and you're an idiot that steps outside. Why would you do that? Just stay indoors. Movie done.
Actually, that's like, damn. That got too real too quick.
The same thing, like, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give people my real email. Harry Potter is a really stupid movie.
Which one? There's like...
No. If the whole premise, the whole series
Okay.
is really dumb because of this one thing. I saw the movie recently.
You saw all the movies recently.
Yeah, like most of it. And I realized the only reason anything happened is because his dad is a fucking dick.
Who's dad?
Harry Potter's dad.
Not his uncle.
No, not his uncle, his actual
His
dad.
Why?
Because if his dad wasn't a dick to Snape at that moment,
Really?
he wouldn't go into the dark arcs,
He
and
didn't
none
even
of this
know that.
happens.
He didn't even know that. How would he?
But that means that shows like. But the good thing
know
is
what?
that
That
the
just tells
moral,
you, don't be bullying people.
Yeah, exactly. Let people be people. That's it. Respect for what they do. If they don't like it, just keep moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be a dick, because
Spread
then the
peace.
Dark Lord is going to go try and kill you and your wife, and then your kid has an ugly scar.
There you go. You don't want none of that. And then
No.
child support.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, child support sucks. I don't have kids, but damn.
Actually, speaking of spreading positivity and child support, XXXtentacion passed away tragically this week.
Yeah. Yesterday.
It's kind of a sad story.
It is. I'm a person that I'm very indifferent about these situations because unless they personally affect me,
Right.
I'm not very involved in it. It sucks that a young person, he was, 20? I think it was?
He was 20 years old, yeah.
20, he dies. He had a weird past, like, criminal-wise.
Yeah, he did have a very weird pass.
It looked like towards the end he was trying to do a lot of positive things.
Right.
But I still am very indifferent. And maybe I sound like a jerk, but I'm more concerned about kids that are born into, like, a bad situation.
Right.
Because they don't have no control. Or somebody that has mental health issues.
But I think that's what it was. I think he was a product of a bad environment. It made him make some bad decisions. But later on in his life, I feel like he was trying to redeem himself by spreading positivity. And I think that's what the kids, because now we got the 6ix9ines trolling people all day, every day. We got the Trippy Reds.
I mean, we always had a 6ix9ine when you think about it. Always.
Not like this, though.
I mean, the thing is that I'm a huge fan of what I'm about to say, but 50 Cent was the biggest troll of all time, and I love 50 Cent.
Right. That's
you, and you know what? I know it's gonna sound real stupid, but I love the trolling the 6ix9ine is doing right now. It's some of the funny.
Right.
It's the best entertainment I can have. And
it could be entertainment sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be mad annoying.
He gets a little far, and then you're like, 6ix9ine, bring it back, please. Like, you're going too far now. But it's hilarious because you know what? In hip hop, it's not our generation anymore.
Hip-hop.
I think I'm speaking of my age because I'm 20. I'm about to be 30 next year.
Hip-hop? This is technically
It's
hip-hop.
pop. It's pop.
But it's like a branch of hip hop.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have your hardcore rap and then you have your pop, and I don't know. It's very different from our generation.
Yeah.
Because we had.
Actually, I just listened to the new Nas album and I was just like, damn, this feels good. Like somebody rapping about things, not like nonsense.
Yeah, and like you remember Kanye? College Drop on those albums. You're like, yo, you can put that on any moment. You're like, and then you play what he has
Yikes.
now. Yeah, now you got Doopity Scoopy Doo. Like,
I'm
nah.
good. I'm good. I'm actually no longer a Kanye fan. It sucks to say that, but I'm not.
Not you get it though, because it's like you know, he talks about being a genius, and then he just comes out with
I'm not saying he's not a
recklessness.
genius. I just don't support the man anymore. Like, okay, you good, Kanye. You good without me. I'm walking away.
Yeah, I respect that. I mean, it's the same thing with certain artists. Like, sometimes your favorite artist comes out with an album, and you're like, that's not that great. I'm pretty sure 50 Cent drops an album right now. I'll be like, that's not that good.
It wouldn't be the same.
Eminem's last album, I was like, that was trash.
It had Rap God. Rap God was okay.
Yeah, but what else can you remember?
It was pretty okay.
Yeah,
but it was genius. It had Headlights.
But Headlights is a really that was a really deep song. I enjoy that one. But like overall, you'll be like, wait, what songs do I remember? Marshall Mathers album, you could probably name like 5-6 songs off of it.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, that album's awesome. But now you could play that album and love it.
Right, but it wouldn't be the same.
But
Actually, I don't think you can get away with that nowadays.
No. It's too PC now. The world is PC.
Everything's PC. But actually, that's the thing that I feel like XXXtentacion was actually spreading positivity to his fan base. While there's trolls, there's people doing drugs, there's people doing Xanax, there's people doing retarded shit. He was trying to improve himself and spread positivity in this weird hip hop phase.
Yeah, because hip hop is really in a weird place where it's kind of I like I said, I feel like it's really poppy now. Whereas like you get a nice producer like I'm forgetting he's a producer from Atlanta. Drake used to have him a lot.
Paperboy.
No, that's a show.
Oh, okay.
That's a rapper on a TV show. He's actually I think he's the only one that doesn't rap in real life in the show.
Oh wait.
Yeah, Childish Gambino raps, and
Right.
the guy and Lakeith
hold
and
on.
Lakeith actually also raps.
Isn't there a rap album coming out from Childish Gambino? I would have sworn I heard that somewhere.
Probably, maybe.
You know what? I'm calling you right now. He's coming out with a rap album sometime in the summer.
I think he was supposed to be like his last album as Childish Gambino. I think that's what it is.
So what is he gonna be? Donald Glover?
I don't know. I think he's just saying that stage of rap for him is closed off as Childish Gambino. Maybe
He's obviously still has it. I mean, he
Yeah,
can't
no.
replace America.
I think he's gonna keep rapping, but just not under that name.
Okay, I mean that's cool. He's rebranding, I guess. That's always fun.
But This Is America was an awesome video.
Yeah, it was.
I don't care what anybody says.
I think it's because it had people talking, it had people having a conversation about guns, which a lot of other people don't want to have. But you know what? You got to talk about guns.
But I like the video because it kind of makes you think about two aspects. Like, yeah, he's talking about the gun violence, but then he's also kind of doing a self-reflection on the culture that we represent also. Because I feel like, being black and brown, we do kind of have this the hood mentality sometimes.
Right.
And that's why I think he has certain ad-libs from different songs and stuff where he's talking about how the culture that we do with the whole guns. Also because in hip-hop, our like you and me,
Right.
we're in the same gap. We had the whole hood mentality.
Right.
So it's kind of like also like, hey, are you still trying to be in this hood mentality? He's also doing a self-reflection on our culture. Because he's like, do you have to care? Because I forgot one of the lyrics. Get that money, black man.
Yeah.
And that's
that money, black man.
so part of it was like, hey, we got to get that money,
Right.
and that's part of the mentality.
The
So
mentality? I don't know. I don't think that's a mentality. I think trying to get money and try to grind and doing what you got to do to get yours is the American mentality, in my opinion.
yeah,
But I understood it completely different, man. I actually understood it in the opposite way that you understood it, because the way I saw it was that he was trying to portray how hood mentality, or how urban society, urban aspects are now being thrown into the media, and we're instead of we're being turned into entertainment.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying there's just one aspect in interpreting the video. I feel like it's multiple. That's why I think makes the video so much better.
Right.
And I mean, the song in general too is just not the video. Is that it's making you think multiple things.
Okay. Yeah. It's open to a lot of interpretation.
Yeah, I think the best way, if you can leave something like that open-handed, where it just brings dialogue
Right.
from multiple angles, where people can discuss like, hey, I saw this in the video, but then but I saw this. That's the best
There was
type
a lot
of
in
thing.
that video. There was
Yes,
a lot.
and if you can do that for somebody, that shows your true the mindset that you have. Like that's a true genius to me, is where like you can make somebody see so many different things, and it's like,
Actually,
wow.
that's what it was, man. It was way more than a music video. I thought it was art. I really thought it was art. Because it was something that, it's like you said, you could watch and interpret and be like, well, this makes me feel like this, and why do you think he did that? Because everything about it was just interesting. That's the only way. That's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, because it's like at the end of the day, like some artists, like there's certain artists that you're gonna play to just go to the club. Like, you want to get hype, or you're gonna go play sports or whatever, like just to get a little hype up. You're like, hey, let me put a little pump as an example. You put Gucci Gang.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's super catchy. Let me just listen to it.
It's just a heartbeat.
Yeah. But if you want to get your thought, like your head moving, you play some J. Cole, some Childish Gambino, the guys that kind of like say something. Not that I'm trying to take away from the other rappers, but everybody serves their purpose, as we say.
Yeah, it's true.
And kind of like when you're going back to XXX, I've never really listened to the songs that much, but they were like very deep, and you could tell it was more about like depression and stuff like that to try to like uplift.
Right. He was talking about. It may not have been a positive message all the time, but he was talking about something that I think was worth mentioning.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, there's a lot of mental health that gets avoided in the United States.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually having this discussion at work that we in this society, we focus so much on the physical. We want to make sure that we are in our best physical form, especially now more than ever. People are very interested in their own physical health. They go to the gym. We both know a lot of people doing a lot of different type of diets that are working for them. They're very health centered, right? Physical health centered. But when it comes to mental health, there's nothing at all. Like,
yeah, they offer you sick days at work, but it's like
not even like I don't even feel like the workplace recognizes mental. Like, let's say if I were to go to my employer and be like, hey man, I need a few days. I need a mental break. I'll be like, how about you get back to work, huh?
Yeah, because it's like, I think mental health has always had a bad stigma to it. Because it's like, oh, you're depressed. Oh, you shouldn't work here anymore. But it's not that the person's not capable of working.
It might not even be your own fault. I mean, mental illness is something that happens to. And it could happen to anybody, and it could happen at any period in time. So,
like nowadays, it's kind of becoming more of an open topic where people can actually talk about it. Like there's athletes that now can openly talk about it. That's been this year alone. I've read like maybe of 6 NBA players that have come out and said that they're depressed.
Right. And actually, if you even thought, I think we had a conversation a few years back that some people wouldn't even recognize depression as a mental illness. It was, and now it's just like something that is widely. So there's something there.
Cause like we're Hispanic, and sometimes if you tell somebody you're depressed, like, oh, get the hell out of here.
Like they don't really.
Saca de esa mierda. Like they're like, you're not really sad. Like you're not depressed. You're just sad. Snap out of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
stop being a bitch.
Just like hey, just pick yourself up from your bootstraps and get going.
Yeah, and it's not that like people. So going to psychiatrists is always look like, oh, that's a white thing to do, but that's a mental health thing you need to do, and I think everybody should at least do therapy once in a while.
Yeah, just like it should be like a nice little once in a year kind of thing. Just go talk to a stranger about your problems.
Because this person does not really care for you in that way. They care about your mental health, but they're not gonna judge you because they're not.
There's gonna be no judgment. You're not gonna be embarrassed. You're not gonna be shamed. You go see your therapist.
Yeah. It's almost like going to Planet Fitness because nobody's really working out there. So there's no real judgments there either.
I like that because I think that's their slogan.
Yeah, it's like no judgment, and I'm like, bro, everybody's just standing around them damn machine texting.
I'll be walking in there with my priest outfit. I'm ready to judge. So Instagram is updating itself. It's actually introducing Instagram TV. Very exciting.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. It looks like they want to try to get into kind of like kind of what YouTube does.
Yeah, they definitely want to bring it to that field. You can definitely tell that.
But I still feel like IG is just more of a stepping stone. It will never be, because like YouTube is like a juggernaut.
Right.
And what now is that YouTube is coming, because of the new policies they changed and everything, they're becoming more exclusive. So it's like, hey.
I feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot instead of becoming exclusive, because they're being reactive to appeal to the advertisers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, because YouTube basically was kind of like a free website. It was like, hey, there's some ads, but nobody really cared about it.
Remember when YouTube used to just have anime music videos?
Yeah, that's all it was. There's nothing really.
It was just anime music videos and
maybe 5 people uploading cat videos.
there was a lot of cat videos back in the day. A lot of like weird. There was a lot of weird stuff. It was mainly cat videos, weird stuff, some porn,
And
so
some-
like softcore porn and anime music videos.
And then like some weird techno that somebody mixed in with like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, anime music videos.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, cool. I could
I used to love
watch
those,
this.
though.
Yeah,
That's how I got. That's how I got into Papa Roach. That ass.
but like, I can see how IG. I don't know if IG can do it, become that part of their system could become as big as YouTube.
Why not? What do you mean?
It's kind of like you know how people on YouTube they'll do like a mini series or whatever,
Right.
and then maybe somebody sees it like. Let's say one of the big guys like Time Warner, even Netflix.
Right.
Netflix says, "Hey, I like what you're doing here. Let me bring you into my network where there's more money."
Right.
That's the bigger production now.
Right.
Now you got to step up. So I feel like IG is gonna be a lower tier of that now. So it's gonna be kind of like the Animal Kingdom, where it's like, yeah, you could get to network television, but or Netflix, but below that, that's the YouTube stuff. That's where
Right.
you can get spread. And then IG is the step below that. So you can use IG if you're like a small creator, like you don't have an exposure yet.
Right.
So you can build off of it.
I don't know. I disagree. Mainly because I sometimes use Instagram as a form of staying in touch with certain people. Like, for example, you know that's Dominican, right?
Mhm.
So he actually has like a cooking show on his Instagram, which is very entertaining, and I really enjoy it. And the fact that he kind of like he makes it every day. He'll cook something, give you the instructions, and then he'll archive it in those little bubbles that you can now have, and then you could always rewatch it, and you can rewatch the recipe. That's very interesting. It's like it's a different interface, an interface that we're kind of used to already because we use it every single day. I mean, let's be honest, we're on Instagram most of the day. You have more personal followers. I have way more followers in my Instagram than I do in my YouTube. And that's a damn shame. Go follow the Alternative Idiots YouTube.
I mean, but the reason you already know that you have more content on Instagram because you can do a lot. It's easier to do. Let me rephrase that, because it's not easier, but you can throw more things quickly onto Instagram.
Right.
On YouTube,
You could do the same thing on Snapchat.
Yeah, but Snapchat is like, it's here, goodbye.
Okay.
On,
Enough said.
On Instagram, Instagram, you keep it there for a while. You can kind of determine, the video wasn't that great, then we delete it.
Right.
People delete pictures all the time because it didn't get 100 likes,
Right. Oh. Well, are you speaking out of experience?
Nah, I keep my pictures. I have pictures that have like 10 likes. I'm not really concerned about likes. If
Okay,
I wanted to
that's
put it up, I put it up. That's it. I'm not that shallow.
Okay,
Sorry.
good.
And I think like social media just keeps changing because I feel like I think
Well, that's a good thing that it keeps changing because
I know, but like
it brings competition. We need change. Look how Instagram took over most of Snapchat's features. Now Snapchat shook. It has to do something.
I mean, but Snapchat didn't really do much because then it kind of died out. Like now, I feel like you have to have all the social medias to. You need like a ecosystem. I kind of say, because like you need Twitter to keep posting little information like, oh, my video's up now, so people have that alert right there. Now they know, oh, let me go check on Instagram or let me check YouTube, and then you keep posting back and forth, and and also like the thing about Instagram is like, are you gonna get money for your content? Because YouTube has that right now. And that's the thing we still learning about Instagram video. Like,
So the thing about the YouTube partnership is that not everyone, you have to meet a certain standard. So
yeah.
Actually, you know what I found out? You see that that Instagram swipe up shenanigans?
Yeah.
Not everyone has that. Like you have to have a certain amount of followers to have that feature. I just found that out.
Oh, you can't just put a hyperlink into.
You can't just put like a hyperlink and be like, yo, go check that out. So I think it's gonna be something like that where if you reach a certain amount of followers, then you can benefit of having some type of compensation. But
because I feel like what could happen easily is that on Instagram, if you get enough followers, you get enough love, YouTube is like, hey, you want to come over here? We have advertisement, and then that's what I'm saying. Like it could be more of a, unless Instagram says like, yo, we are gonna put ads into this stuff, and there will be ways for you to make money.
But there are ads.
Yeah, but you're not making money off of it.
Right.
Unless they decide to do something like that. YouTube's always going to be like, hey, you're a good creator. I'm going to take you. You're going to be in the Google YouTube Red Preferred. And you're going to make money. And then that's when that that section could die out for Instagram. Because look, they had the filters from Snapchat, and I don't see that in Instagram anymore.
I don't know, but I feel like from your point of view, that's to say that that YouTube is better than Instagram.
I'm not saying that, because we have cable television and things get canceled in the middle of the season. Doesn't mean that they're the best of all time. Just that there might be more money and easier for you to get access to more resources.
Okay.
So like Netflix, come on, South Park made that episode like, oh, Netflix like proves everything, and that's kind of what you want. You want to be able to get that top production because video quality matters. You know, people want to see that. It does
matter. You know, people may not say it, but they want it in HD.
And then you get more quality people. You get more experienced writers, and then you could bounce ideas off of them. You know.
Actually, speaking of writers, you heard that Barack Obama is going to be a writer for Netflix?
Yeah. You got like how long is that contract for? It's like for like 6 shows or something.
I thought he was just going to work for them. Like,
I thought it was like a certain amount of shows. I'm like, yo, but
all I know is he's going to be producing, directing, and writing.
My problem, the only problem I had when I heard it was that people were like, oh, I'm going to cancel my Netflix subscription.
What?
And it's like, bro, we're not going to charge you anymore.
Like, what do you have against Barack Obama?
And also, even if you have something against him, you just don't have to watch it. That's it.
But maybe he's being sneaky. Like
guess.
They're gonna put him in their credits, but they're gonna put the speed like at 2.5, so you don't see his name.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, you're gonna know because people are gonna put it in the news or an article like, "Hey, Barack Obama wrote this one." Blah,
Actually,
blah.
I feel like if you hate somebody so much that you're not willing to even consume anything they participate in, I feel like you went too far.
Yeah, I agree. But some people are like that. Look at the whole. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm really not a anybody supporter. But people are so against Trump that anything he says, they'll look for the negative. Like, sometimes you gotta understand, they're gonna try. And maybe that's for the better, and maybe that's for the worse, but just really go case by I like going case by case.
Yeah, it is case by case. Because actually, I'm not saying I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I disagree with a lot of things he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do want to get into the immigration problem later because it is bananas. But
yeah, he did that. He said he's gonna sign an executive order today.
He did. I hope he did, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with the man. I actually disagree with most of the stuff he's doing, but some of the stuff he kind of gets it right. I don't know. I
mean, or at least he's like I think his problem is that he's listening, but he's not getting the message correctly. Like,
I just think he's very headstrong. He's just like, I think he just takes into facts and goes like, you know what? I understand those are facts, but fuck that.
He's kind of like your I think everybody has one, at least from our friends. You all have like that one racist grandparent.
Yeah.
And you're like, and they're like, yeah, I get it, but they still stink. And you're like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, what? Like, that person's right there.
Nah, he does be like that. So, he is like your racist grandpa. Like,
yeah.
He's very wise. I'm not saying Trump is very wise. I'm not saying that. I'm saying my grandpa is very wise. But my grandpa will be, a very wise person, but he'll say some crazy shit sometimes. Just like, okay, I understand why they don't let you near the young kids.
We're gonna keep you indoors. Like, you're not allowed to step outside anymore.
Like, do you always spread communism? Like,
and that's the thing. Like, I think it was with the whole NFL protest thing. After a while, he was like, "Oh, what he said was like, oh, whoever the NFL protesters feel like I should give oh my god, I'm forgetting the word right now.
A pardon?
A pardon, yeah. He was like, whoever you guys think, I'll give them a pardon. And I was like, but that's not what we're talking about. But it's about police brutality. Not, yes, there is a systemic problem in the court system and everything. I think
that's debatable. I agree though. It's debatable, but I agree.
But so he's like he's kind of listening, but he doesn't get the message. So it was like it just went right over his head. Like, oh, you guys have a problem with police getting arrested and everything. All right, I'm just gonna release some people, and it's like, no, this doesn't help us.
That's really pretty funny. Yeah. It is like that. But you know what? He killed it with North Korea in a weird ass way, even though he had to make a trailer for it.
Yeah, what was that about?
Actually, he's handling everything very poorly, but he did good in North Korea.
I was really surprised. I was expecting him to come out like that fucking rocket man. That's what I was expecting.
They were gonna come out like they were gonna pan in, like into the like, oh, there they go, going in, and like 5 minutes later we're gonna come out fist fighting,
Yeah.
like rolling down the thing.
And then you start seeing Dennis Rodman like just like teabagging people left and right.
Yo.
Like, how the hell did Dennis Rodman become?
Is Dennis Rodman even involved in this situation? Like, this is going down in history, and he's part of it.
He's gonna become like the ambassador of the whole trade.
Dennis Rodman might be in a fucking textbook one day.
Yeah, wearing his nice, beautiful
That
wedding
shit scares
dress.
the shit out of me.
I mean,
But I feel like this administration is turning their backs on immigrant completely, and I'm not gonna say it's because he's racist or because a lot of the people in his cabinet are racist. I'm not gonna say that, but they are definitely handling a lot of situations extremely poorly. What's happening now with the detainees at the border being separated from their family members is it's just a demonstration of how the United States can sometimes shoot themselves so badly in the foot that all you could think about is what are going to be the consequences of these problems.
yeah, because like I'm not like the whole deportation is like, okay, fine, if that's what you feel needs to be done, fine. But once you start separating the kids from the parents, and it becomes a whole issue where like, where's this kid really gonna go to?
Right, you have no answers for your plan.
Yeah, and
It's like you made a 10-step plan, but you didn't plan further than the second step.
Yeah, and also like once you start separating kids and parents, like now you have to make a whole different camp. Now that's more cost.
Yeah.
And that's why like I think it's New York and New Hampshire that say we're not sending no more National Guards down there because it's money being wasted. Like,
Right.
so it's like, are you really thinking it through this whole time? Because the main issue now, it's these kids are by themselves, they're crying, and you have nothing to do with them.
Yeah, it's just they're very young children. I've even heard of a tender age, quote unquote, tender age camp.
Yeah.
Where they keep toddlers, pretty much kids ages 6 months to 5 or 4 years old, and they keep them in cages. If you're not kept in a cage, you're kept in a room with 6 other people.
Yeah. I know.
These are inhumane conditions, in my opinion, and I even think this is a human rights violation.
Yeah, and then it's funny because we just finished pulling out the Human Rights Council in the UN. Kind of funny that goes hand in hand right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're on this. We like to put ourselves in this golden hill, but we also separate families. So
yeah, because at the end of the day, fine. If you feel deporting is gonna help the country, fine, go ahead, do it.
I'd rather you deport every single one of them than separate them.
Yeah, don't separate them. Just let them go. You know, people are complaining about maybe it's cartels like trying to bring like sex trafficking, but there's majority of the people trying to come are with the actual kids. You can kind of figure out if they have the paperwork and all that stuff doesn't match up with the parents and all that stuff, but it's like they just want to do a half-assed job and say, hey, look, this is what we're doing for our supporters. We're deporting all these people, but even some supporters are like, what?
Yeah. The president is kind of fumbling all over this, that he's blaming the Democrats, while in reality I believe it was his administration that started all of this. Jeff Sessions definitely contributed. Kelly definitely said he would use this as a deterrent. Mm-hmm. So it's obvious that this is coming from the Trump administration. While he's shifting the blame to the Democrats, it's because it's Donald Trump.
Just on a side note, fuck Jeff Sessions.
Yeah, fuck Jeff Sessions. Fuck that
fucking
little
dick.
Troll.
Little ass midget. And actually likes little people, so don't think I'm
nothing against little people.
He's just a fucking asshole.
He's just a piece of shit. But yeah, that's where we're at now. I hope that he does the right thing and stops separating these families. But it is also your responsibility. Contact your representative. Let them know how you feel about this. If you feel the way I feel, contact them. Let them know. Tell them you support families being together, not separated at the border, and maybe change will come. Google it. That's all I'm gonna say. Google it.
And always do your homework.
Yeah, fake news is a thing. I don't wanna. There's nothing worse than a smart person reblogging fake news.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
And I seen that shit, and it's crazy because you're like, yo, aren't you supposed to be like a educated person? Like, quote unquote, people say they're educated, whatever. And they're posting up fake news, and I'm like, piece of cake is not real, buddy.
I just feel like, oh no, and then posting the real link.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, why are you posting this fake news? It's like, no, this is the real one.
These are the facts, not the opinions.
Yeah.
But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you again for joining the Alternative Idiots. Please follow the Alternative Idiots Instagram. Great things are coming, and it's full of memes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of grade A memes. Also follow me at followfranaki in my Twitter, and follow our YouTube, Alternative Idiots. Alternative Idiots. There you go.
Yeah, we're the one and only Alternative
It's
Idiots.
just the Alternative Idiots. Oh, we have a SoundCloud too.
Oh yeah, SoundCloud. But is it Alternative Idiots also?
It is also Alternative Idiots.
Yeah, we're
Brand is
strong.
It's getting there.
Nobody knows, but we're there.
How about you, Vito? You want any plugs?
If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Casual27. You'll see shoes on the picture. I don't post often. I'll tell you that much. Maybe I'll start.
We
I'll
like to
change
live
that.
without an audience, but we also want to have a popular podcast. So
Yeah, maybe I'll start posting. If I get 5 followers after this post, then I'll start posting pictures.
yeah,
I'll let you guys know about my life.
Do it for the gram.
Yeah.
Follow us. Do it for the gram. Follow Fidel. Follow us. Follow me.
Oh, and one thing I'm happy about, I know it's kind of late news when you guys hear this, but Rick and Morty, 70 fucking episodes.
Yeah, 70 episodes. Rick and Morty. We'll be back to that. Thank you for joining us. Peace.
Deuces.